No blue skies.
Well, there are some, and we're going to talk about the dystopian future. A uniswap is slapping everybody in the face at the moment.
Uniswap?
I thought that was decentralised. Blocking HEX, you can't sell it, buy it on Uniswap anymore. Maybe that's a good starting point. Obviously, we looked at, we had not a giggle, but we were looking at the HEX and pulse chain charts last time, and you were like, yeah, it's a good buy, and it took off 64%.
As far as I'm aware, it's the first time that the Uniswap front end has not allowed a user to swap tokens. There is Uniswap, the smart contract, and then there's Uniswap, the app. Okay. The blockchain product, the innovation of putting tokens into a liquidity pool accessible for anyone who wants to put ETH in and receive tokens out, that's immutable. You can't stop it. And that same thing exists for HEX.
Richard.
All right, Joe, I'm out, man. I got to finish taking a shit.
HEX didn't just dump. Okay. It didn't just dump. It's dumped for a long fucking time. It's down. It's down. We have the down part is complete. This is the down part. And then now we're in the sideways part. So, everybody wants to make it super dramatic. Like, oh, everybody capitulated on HEX. People capitulated a long time ago, along with every other altcoin. The FTX collapse was basically when everything else collapsed. So it's not bad. Now, the thing to consider when you're in the accumulation zone, volatility is extreme. The candles will be very, very small, but they represent massive moves. Like this latest candle here, this little red dot, it represents a 36% down move on the weekly chart. Massive, massive, but it looks so insignificant when you look at, other candles over here, which this candle is, 20 times the size of this candle, but it's only 25% down. So it's a matter of where you are in the accumulation. Accumulations are volatile. They shake people out all the time. And that's where we are. So, if HEX is to survive, if we are going to see users come onto the protocol again, it's going to do what it does. And that's, like we discussed on the last show, it's going to go up harder than it should, and it's going to go down harder than it should.
To what degree do you consider volume a metric when you're looking at a chart?
Volume is a big topic. It's a really big topic. It's very contextual. And if you are new to trading, if you're brand new to trading, I don't recommend that you use volume as an indicator because it's so interpretive. But what you're looking for is spikes. Okay. And then you need to assign a theory to every volume spike. So here we have a volume spike. And what is the context of this volume spike? A floor. We have a capitulation. We didn't drop. The candle was actually very, very small. So it's actually a bottoming candle because volume represents both buyers and sellers. If you have a lot of volume and the candle is all red and it's huge, it's all sellers. But when you have a little candle, like we have here on the HEX chart, and you have a big volume candle, it means that, yes, a lot of people are selling, but a lot of people are buying as well. So you get a ton of volume. We can take a look at, the volume here. Again, we had a rally and then it was a big down candle. So that volume was mostly selling. Then we can take a look at this volume signature right here. This was in the context. Let me zoom in here. You had a big wick on this candle on the bottom side. So this was HEX trying to dump, but getting bought up. So it's very contextual.
WorldCoin? What do we know about this?
I know that one theory of use case would be potentially a type of welfare coin for the world.
Yep.
There's weird connotations of one world government stuff attached to it. And then there's this strange orb that scans your eyeballs if you want to be a part of the team. Wouldn't that be cool if as soon as you tried to buy the coins, this orb showed up at your door?
Give it time. All I know is that you're not scanning my fucking eyeballs. This goes against everything that I consider to be holy and sacred in the blockchain space. I'm a privacy advocate, and you know, this is not for me.
Currently, you've got to blindly believe what you're told by these big businesses, by big pharma, by a handful of people that are literally fucking with all of us. It's a joke. This is why this space is important. And Bitcoin is truly the only thing that cannot be stopped by these handful of people. You know, hard forking was 100% Bitcoin for 5-6 years. To be honest, it got a little boring. And, you know, I've had that chat with Didi a million times. He made a million videos, you know, how to spend Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. Nobody was listening. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
It is the one asset that gives us a chance. You own it. You control it. We'll show you how to buy it and store it. And we'll also be talking about all these other crazy coins that, you know, you can make some big gains on. And I think, you know, the time now is to be understanding these points that we're making. It's getting, I don't want it to become depressing watching what's happening in the world. You know, we live on an island where it's completely flooded with Russian people, you know, escaping the draft, you know, escaping a war. You know, our cost of living has gone up about 60% because of that, bizarrely, because of a war. The world's not a particularly pretty place at the moment, but you could take a little bit of joy from knowing that you are in control of your value. And your value is just your time. So much effort you put into something by owning some Bitcoin. It's yours. No one else is going to fuck with it. We can show you how to really make that the case as well. So wake up, people.
And make sure you can go touch grass sometime this week, you know, get connected to the earth. I think the more you remember that you are a human being with flesh and blood living on this beautiful planet, you actually can start connecting that into your crypto adventure. And somehow it makes everything easier when you're balanced, both in the digital and non-digital world.
All right. Final thoughts from you then, Blue.
Go buy Bitcoin, even if you don't understand it. Financial advice.
Yeah, that is financial advice.
All right.
See you next time, peeps.